In case you missed last week's episode, let me catch you up. It was time to harvest the olives on my land, which not only gave me beautiful 46 liters of my own olive oil, but I also used a part for pickling. Here are the initial steps to preserve your olives. So it has been now exactly 3 weeks since I started the process of rinsing the olives regularly. So they're finished now. And now the second step is to put them into a jar or whatever container you have available and works for you, and put them into a salt solution again, but this time the solution is boiled and way more salty than the ones you used for rinsing it. And then they should stay in there for about 2 months. I will add some bay leaves and some garlic just to add a bit of flavor in this step. This is not the final step yet, so there's still one more to come. But yeah, this helps already to infuse nice flavors into the olives. Just an additional note here, because of that very salty brine, you will notice that your olives will be floating to the top. But don't worry, in a few days they will sink back down, so that you don't have to worry about mold building on the top. Alright, ready for the next project? Welcome to my beautiful mimosa forest. They really spread like crazy, so they have a taproot system which they spread out through, and although they have beautiful flowers, they also have a lot of seeds that come with them, so they have 2 ways of spreading, which just makes them a double invasive plant. And because they grow really quickly, they also burn really quickly as well, which in Portugal just means more danger, obviously, because of the dry season and the fire risks. So my goal is to transform this forest step by step. Obviously, I don't want to cut it all down in one big go, because that just would mean that the soil is exposed to a lot of sun, and in summer it just means a lot of dry soil. Also, it's a shelter for animals, for birds, etc. So what I want to do is to step by step transform this forest into a more native and a more diverse forest. First step will be to take all of the smaller trees and to chop them down. That way, first of all, I create more space for me to be able to plant some native trees, and also obviously reducing the fire risks. So it's gonna be probably a 10-year plan until I reach a really diverse and beautiful forest here, but that's fine, I have time. Getting rid of the mimosa is the first step, planting native trees the second one, and then once the native trees have grown to a certain size, I can, chop down more of the mimosa. So kind of the mimosa being here at the moment and the native trees here, so it's going to be a slow process into, raising the native trees and getting rid of the mimosa. So another good thing about this job is that I will collect quite some wood, which I will be able to use in my wood chipper and then use the wood chips in my garden. So it's not just about just chopping it down, but reusing everything that I have basically on the land. Let's go ahead, let's chop some wood. I have quite some piles already from yesterday that I've, collected from out here, and this is already kind of the cleaner area. Over here it's more of the crazy part. Over here I have more of the cleaner areas already. This is an example of an area that I tackled yesterday. I started, taking down all the smaller trees. This creates just a lovely spacious area where not only I can walk through and is more fire safe, but also gives me the chance to plant the trees, native trees over here. Let's go! And to do this job, I will only use this branch cutter here, which is totally sufficient for the size of the trees that I want to chop down. And it also has the advantage that it's not as noisy as a chainsaw, which, is less exhausting for my ears and also better for the environment. It's time for some serious work when this shirt comes on. It's wood chipping time! So this is quite a big pile of wood chips already, and I'm not even finished with clearing out the forest, not even close. So I will have quite some wood chips from that, action plan, which is really nice. And I like that there are some, leaves in there as well, which just helps the wood chips to break down a bit quicker and to, give a bit of nitrogen into that very woody, carbony pile here. The other thing that is really great about this is that I will only use the wood chips next year in spring. So it has time to break down a bit. I've experienced that the plants like that a bit better than, very fresh wood chips. So yeah, a nice layer of mulch for next year. It's also time to enjoy some lunch now. But first I want to show you Mr. Jack enjoying the nice November sun in Portugal. Nice, so schön, ne? I'm happy to report that I can enjoy some vegetables from my greenhouse already, which is pretty exciting. Like salads, arugula, radishes already. So I will pick those and, make a nice salad with my new olive oil for lunch. Did you know that you can eat the radish leaves as well? It's just like salad, basically. Okay, I might be biased, but this might be the best salad ever. The olive oil really gives it a nice intense flavor as well. First, when I tried my olive oil, it was quite surprising how intense it was compared to the supermarket olive oil. But with a salad especially, where, a salad is pretty bland by itself, so having my really flavorful olive oil just gives this whole thing a new experience. So, yes, farm life. Oh, sweet farm life indeed. I certainly don't want to romanticize or glamorize this lifestyle. I mean, it's a whole lot of work. One project after the next. Physical work, mental challenges, uncomfortable situations. But at the end of the day, when I get to sit down on my chair, on my own piece of land, eating my homegrown salad with my own olive oil, well, let me tell you, it's worth every bit of sweat and tears. I get to call this life. Well, we get to call this life. And I'm happy to share this journey with you all. Thanks for being here and coming along on this ride. See you next week. Bye.